everybody, it's Claire from Confetti Spaghetti and welcome back to my channel. Today we are building a restaurant called the Blue Ribbon, but it is also another name which was in the thumbnail and I'm gonna pronounce it very wrong, so I'm sorry if any of you out there actually speak French and are offended by this terrible pronunciation of the Blue Ribbon in French, but it is Le Ruban Bleu. And I'm only including that because I made a celebrity sim named Chloe Merle, who is French, and I'm planning to have her buy this restaurant. And it's also styled to what I think that she would like in a restaurant. I usually don't give my sims a specific country they're from, but I was inspired by one of the new dresses in Get Famous, and I got this image in my head of a French woman wearing it, and so I made her in The Sims. She's on the gallery along with the restaurant under the Orgin ID Confetti Spaghetti. It is confetti regularly underscore spaghetti with one T because Origin wouldn't let me do spaces and it wouldn't let me do anything longer than confetti underscore spaghetti with one T. So that's why my Origin ID is kind of weird. If you're wondering, I built this on the lot where the library in Willow Creek used to be because I don't go to the libraries in my own gameplay very often, so I prefer to only have a few of them in my save files. But that's enough talking about the build. If you're new, meaning that you just haven't seen the only other video on my channel at the moment that mentions it, then you won't know that I don't like talking about the video in neither speed builds nor creative sims. So I have a few stories for you today, but first I have two things to apologize for. One, there's a blizzard warning outside. I recorded another video today that I mentioned it in, and I don't know if I'm going to post that before or after this one is posted. But yeah, if you hear any wind or anything, that's what that would be. And also, you just saw the video got a lot clearer, and I apologize that everything before this point, or I think it's still going on a little bit, is sort of laggy because I was testing out some new settings on OBS, which is my recording software if you don't know, and those settings kind of made OBS laggy and had some encoding overloads, and so that's why it was lagging because the video was not processing fast enough, and so it just skips frames. And the majority of the video is not like that, but I apologize if you see it just skip around. That was not intentional. It's just that I was trying out some new things in OBS that didn't really work. Now on to the stories. Today I would like to share how I got interested in The Sims, and I think it'd be fun to read through anybody else's story, so please comment yours below if you would want to, because I want to know how other people found out about The Sims, because I had no clue it existed for the longest time. You'd think I'd hear about it through a friend or through an advertisement, or maybe just stumble upon it on YouTube, because it's a pretty popular franchise, I think, but did not know it existed. And then one day I went over to my friend's house and she bought the game and she really loved it, and she instantly had me hooked when we were playing. Well, she was doing the controls because I had no clue, and I was too lazy to learn the controls, so I just let her play the game. Well, we were both playing out, like I was watching her play while also giving input of like what we wanted to do and stuff. But yep, I had no idea how to do the controls. I have these really fond memories every time I see the green, like not the actual grass in game, but you know the like the flooring that's grass in the game. Every time I see it, I think of when I first played The Sims, because I remember me and my friend, we made this house because for some reason we both really loved that weird green floor, and so we made this house that had, because there's also a cloud light in the base game, and so we made a house with a lot of plants, and we pretended that it was sort of like an eco home that was outdoors but also indoors at the same time, if that makes any sense. And so every time I see the cloud light and the grass flooring, immediately just flashbacks of good times of being addicted to The Sims when I didn't even have the game. And I remember when we were playing, I thought that there was so much content in the game, and for the longest time, she only had the base game, and then she bought Vampires, I think, after about 3 or 4 months of having the game. But I thought there was so much content, and I think it's funny now because now I use so much custom content and mods and so many different packs, and I don't think I could live without them now that I have them. But I don't think either of us, oh, we knew about the packs, but we couldn't afford them. But we didn't know anything about custom content or mods, or at least I didn't. I don't know if she did. I'm guessing not because we never talked about it. But I was just amazed by how much content was in this game. But now I can't play with my mods and custom content and my packs, and I think it's so funny. Even the first day that she introduced me to this new game that she had gotten for her birthday, I think, which was The Sims, I was immediately addicted to this game. I wanted it more than anything. And I think she first showed it to me in the summer, and I don't know why I didn't ask for it for my birthday. Maybe I did, I don't remember, but I didn't get it for my birthday. So I waited until the winter for Christmas, and I got it on console for Christmas. And the suspense of if I was going to get this was killing me. I was itching to play this game. And then I looked up The Sims on Google one day. Like when I was thinking about how much I wanted it, I was just like, oh, I wonder if I should Google search it. Let's see what comes up. I'm surprised I didn't do before, but apparently I didn't. And then I found a bunch of Sims videos on YouTube, and I started watching them anytime I could. And I remember specifically, I'm not going to name the specific Let's Play because I don't know if the person who made it would want me to. And also, I don't think it's continued anymore. If I remember correctly, they did like 10 episodes and then it stopped because it was a cats and dogs Let's Play, and it was stopped midway through, I'm pretty sure. But I would watch this and I was just itching to play the game, and I was so mad that I didn't have this game, and I was just, all I could think about was what I would do if I got the game or when I got the game, and it was the only thing I wanted for a long time. But I don't even think I like asked it for it or started saving up for it myself for the longest time. So stupid old me was just like wanting to play this game but not doing anything to try and get it. I don't know what that was about, but yeah, I didn't try at all. But like I said, that Christmas I got it on console, so it goes to show you it wasn't that long ago. I got it on my Xbox One that my brothers Matthew and Jack played on, and played non-stop. I remember that Christmas, immediately after I got it, I went downstairs and I put it in my Xbox and I waited for it to install, and it took somewhere between 2 and 3 hours, and I was so mad because I was just waiting to play this game for so long, and I finally got it, and it took so long to install. But then I think I played it until like 1 in the morning that Christmas. Oh, yeah, I was pretty obsessed, and I was playing every chance I got after that. But there was a problem because my brothers, again, Matthew and Jack, used the Xbox, and it was actually their Xbox. I didn't use it for anything else, and so there was a bit of an issue. My brother Jack didn't play on it as much at the time, so it was mainly my brother Matthew, and we were constantly like just getting mad at each other and begging each other to stop playing their game so that we could play ours, and it was just a mess. And so eventually we made this sort of schedule where each of us would play for like an hour, which not enough time. I think this restaurant alone took me like 2 hours, mainly just because I didn't really know what I wanted to build. But if you're just doing playing, that's 1 hour is not enough. A lot of times he would be in the middle of a game that he couldn't just save and put on pause and come back the same thing like The Sims. And a lot of times, like I remember one time my Sims house is on fire, and The Sims doesn't let you save when there's a fire in the house, and it was my time to get off the Xbox so my brother could play, but I couldn't just let my Sim die, and like I was playing and my Sim had gotten a promotion at work, and they also had a kid that same day because I didn't know how to cheat, and so I couldn't just restore it to how it normally was, and so things like that were always happening, and it was a mess because we were always trying to get each other off the Xbox, saying, "Mom, so and so is not getting off, make them," and a mess. But I saved up to buy it on PC. I think I got a bundle with Cats and Dogs because of that Cats and Dogs Let's Play. I really wanted Cats and Dogs, and I didn't want to play with just the base game anymore because I remembered when I first played it, even though it didn't matter then, it mattered now because I knew how good the packs could be, and so I bought it, and I was like jumping up and down because I had so much energy while it was installing, and I think once it installed, I literally almost started crying. I know it sounds really stupid, but I had been basically waiting to play this game for about a year at this point. I had just been, that was all I could think about for about a year, and it was finally happening, and I was just so happy, and it was just the best. Obviously, I got obsessed. I found out that the PC version is much better than the console version because you can have mods, custom content, there's more packs, and so I was all for it. I played non-stop, and then school started again after that Christmas break, and I was so sad, and in school again the only thing I was thinking about was, what am I gonna do with The Sims when I get home? What am I gonna do? I can't wait. I'm fairly busy. Like at the time I played both basketball and soccer. Now I only play basketball, but I was busy, and so I still wanted to do my other things, except The Sims was a new thing that I had been waiting for so long. So it was kind of like a new hobby that I just needed to play because I had only played for so long. This is my first time playing the PC version because my friend played it for me when she showed me the game because I had no clue what I was doing. And yeah, basically all I could think about, you can probably tell by now how it's kind of weird how much I love The Sims. You know, we love EA. And the funny thing is that I was so obsessed with this game and all of the possibilities, but considering what I play like now, I was pretty close-minded considering The Sims because I started playing with my self sim, and since I had cats and dogs, I made my dog Bear, and I played with that household for 2 or 3 months, and I think my self sim was an elder at this point because I started them as a teen, and then yeah, playing for 2 or 3 months in all your free time, and I think I played it on long lifespan too, so you see how much I played. But then after I started experimenting with different households and people other than myself, um, they pretty much all looked the same for about 2 to 3 months, considering my Sims aren't as diverse now as I'd like them to be, but they're way more diverse considering similar they were in my first few months playing on PC by myself. And then I started watching more YouTubers like in my free time, like when I was on the drive to soccer or basketball, I'd be listening to a Sim speed battle and or a let's play or a creative sim, and I was pretty obsessed, as you probably get the recurring theme by now. Sorry this is repetitive, but you know, little me being a freak, being over obsessive about stupid things. But here we are, and I don't know when I'm posting this, but at this point I have my first 3 YouTube Sims videos, and they're unlisted, but they're done and they're ready to be posted. So I think this is going to be my 3rd or 4th video that I post. And yeah, that's my Sims obsession story, I guess. And now I know while I'm watching this video back, while I'm doing the voiceover, I noticed some things that I want to talk about. So this isn't really the type of thing that I normally build because I was styling, I think I said this before, but I was styling it to a sim that I made. And so a little bit out of my comfort zone, and also Ode to Dine Out because that was the only pack that I had on console. I don't know if I mentioned that before. I think I forgot it. I'm not quite sure. And also, you see that large banquet table right now? That is so obnoxious. I'm glad I got rid of the rose petals that were there before, because I was thinking that maybe it would be some sort of like wedding banquet that you could come to with your Sims. But I think I made it too obnoxious, because I think when you're hosting a party like a wedding in The Sims, there's 15 guests, not including the host and the caterer or the bartender or the musician. But there's 15 chairs at the table, so enough for the guests. If you're actually hosting a wedding, there'll have to be only 13 guests. Or you can't actually have a wedding here, but like the reception, I mean. And here I am just putting on a lot of traits, and now I'm going to be customizing the restaurant and its menu. I was thinking this was a sort of fancy place, considering that the owner of it was this rich celebrity living in the pinnacles of Del Sol Valley, and so you'll see it. I was trying to just pick the more classical, like not the modern experimental dishes, just like a classic nice diner style. I think I'm about ready to wrap up this voiceover, so don't forget to like, comment your sin story, and subscribe, but only do so if you truly like the video because, as I always say, we don't stand a fake fan. Again, this build is on the gallery under the Orgin ID confetti_spaghetti with 1T, and goodbye everybody.